You know it's a serious video when I don't start with, hey guys, the fiber this year. Well, I guess I just did. But you guys read the title right, and I think Transformers Reactivate is dead. We have been speculating for a while. Well, this whole week in last week has been crazy with Reactivate leaks. And today I kind of want to talk about that, and I want to talk about the latest news, the latest crushing news from the Devil's Mouth themselves, the people behind Transformers Reactivate. We had gotten a direct message from PlayTFR, the official Transformers Reactivate Twitter account, and I'm just gonna read it before I continue on with my thoughts and stuff. It says, incoming transmission from Telegram 1. We know that everyone has been patiently... That's a huge understatement. I know I said I was gonna read it first, but I need to express my opinion. And look, I'll let you know, in this game, we found out that it was in production since August 16, 2019. Okay, it's really been that long. And yes, I know the game has, switched hands very often. It had gone from, Certain Affinity to another Chinese company, from then to somebody else, and then to Flash Damage, which is the current, company we're stuck with. If you guys want more on the messy history of Transformers Reactivate, I recommend checking this video I made a long time ago. It should catch you up with everything, all the shenanigans that have happened with this game that I think it's not coming out anymore. And I'll explain why in a bit. However, we won't be revealing any new content this year. Your passion and enthusiasm powers our mission to create the Transformers game fans have been waiting for. And we now shifted to developing the game in Unreal Engine 5. Stay tuned for exciting reveals and epic developments in 2024. Autobots roll out. Now, so there's not gonna be anything this year, and by extension nothing in the Game Awards like we've been speculating, and I'm mad, and so far a lot of the community's reaction seems to be like mine. I'm annoyed, I'm angry, I'm irritated, because we waited a whole year for Transformers Reactivate and had gotten nothing for it. Now, look, this wouldn't be so bad if, for example, we didn't get the trailer last year. Last year at the Game Awards, they set out the expectation that this year we were gonna see anything. Now, we went most of the year without any Reactivate news, and fair enough. It happens, okay? Whatever. But as we're getting closer to the end of the year, we're like, okay, so now they're gonna show something, right? It's near December, it's about to be 2024, the Game Awards are coming up. There's the perfect chance to showcase what they're doing. But instead, it's like, nah, okay, so that thing we said, yeah, we can deliver. So, nothing this year. Next year, though, expect something. You guys might be thinking, okay, fine, but they announced that they're gonna showcase something next year, right? That's cool. But my problem with this is that we know they have content to show. They had the second cinematic trailer, like where this little screenshot comes from. They could literally show one screenshot of gameplay. And before you ask, but fire, they did do that. The Optimus Soundwave Bumblebee Instruction Pack is full of screenshots from the game. Well, that's Hasbro. That's Hasbro's doing, not Splash Damage's doing. And now, what I'm gonna say, it's probably gonna get me in a bit of hot water, but I feel like everyone pretty much knows this by now. Splash Damage seems to not have anything ready for the game. Now, look, I know game development takes a long time. Games have been in development for a long time. I mean, just look at GTA 6. It speaks for itself. But this game has been in development for such a long time. It's not even funny for how long this game has been in development for. I don't think Splash Damage is trustworthy. Now look, I know that's gonna sound very mean, and if there's people from Splash Damage, hearing this, I'm sorry, but I try to understand where I'm coming from. So we expected something this year. We went a whole year without nothing, and now you come out the woodworks and say, yeah, nothing for the rest of 2024. Sorry guys. If you showcase this towards the first half of the year, no one would mind as much. No one would mind. In fact, I think the first comment from this tweet by Transformers Reactivate Updates on Twitter, go follow him if you're gonna keep up with Reactivate updates, sums up why people are mad. They waited a whole year to drop a disappointment bomb. Should have just said it earlier. And yeah, look, I completely agree with the sentence. I'm gonna hold it right now. Had this been told to us at the beginning of the year, people would not mind. Game development takes a long time. Take your time. Just make a great game. We'll go a whole year without, Reactivate content. And to me, this looks like just bad decision on top of bad decision. I think Splash Damage is horrible at communicating. I talked about it with some of my other friends. I'm not gonna say who because I don't want to get them in trouble in case there's a bunch of splash damage people watching this. But we all came to the consensus that splash damage is a horrible track record of interacting with the community. Yes, they did at the beginning of the trailer when it first got released last year, but after that they just went completely radio silence. And the fact that after a whole year, our first piece of like, you know, interaction towards the community, it's, guys, sorry, next year, wait. And they didn't even have the decency to announce this earlier. They waited till the last moment to do it. Like, oh yeah, we have fans who are interested in this game. I'm guessing we should throw some breadcrumbs at them. And that's what gets me mad. And that's where so many people are mad. My faith in splash damage is very like low right now. And look, I know from my last couple of videos talking about Reactivate, I have hyped up the game. I seen the gameplay. Well, I seen outdated gameplay. It was gameplay supposedly from before splash damage took over. So this could be work for Certain Affinity. This could be work from the company that came after them, or it could even be work from who knows who at this point. And the gameplay itself looked good. It looked promising. It looks really good. Like, I wish I could show you gameplay to tell you how good the gameplay looks. Yes, the graphics were not up to date because, you know, the renders are still not finished. But as for the gameplay itself, the characters, the weapon, and the enemies, everything looked good. But that's work I can't even give, you know, props to splash damage for. For all I know, that's Certain Affinity's work. For all I know, that's outdated work. For all I know, maybe splash damage, you know, completely scrapped that amazing piece of animation and gameplay and character designs I showed you and replaced it with something that's, you know, lesser and not as good. That's my biggest problem with Reactivate. Like, we got a whole year and they told us nothing. Tell us something. Tell us that there's a plan. That there's hope. And look, I usually don't get angry, and I'm not exactly, like, angry at splash damage. I'm just absolutely livid. And look, as critical I was for the marketing for Rise of the Beast, at least I understood it. For Rise of the Beast, yes, the movie got pushed back, so all the plans they have for the marketing had to be pushed back as well. And once they released the first trailer, little by little they started showing stuff. You know, it was a little slow, but at least we got something. For Reactivate, it's like they dropped something, doesn't talk about anything else for a whole year, waits for the last minute to tell the fandom, oh guys, sorry, next year, and that's it. You see why I see this as the marketing? If this is the way splash damage talks to the audience, talks to the community, I don't think this game's gonna make it very far. That's why I titled this video, I think Transformers Reactivate is dead. Because what I'm getting for this is that Reactivate, splash damage, doesn't know how to interact with the community. From what I heard from my sources, this is just the splash damage model. There are games out there that live and die based on the producers and how they interact with the community. Hell, some of the best games out there that are really popular and are really well done and, you know, receive all kinds of accolades are the ones where developers interact with the community a lot. Just look at The Witcher. And if this is the kind of interaction we can expect from splash damage, oh my god, Lord forbid, when we get the game, how they're gonna interact with us. And I think that's the reason why I'm so annoyed right now, because I feel like they just broke my trust, okay? Yes, I patiently waited a whole year. Yes, game development takes time, but when we're talking about this game being in development since 2019, it already looks bad, okay? It looked really bad knowing that this game switched hands and hands, you know, every here and there. But now that this game is, you know, just being delayed and delayed further, it's even more disheartening. I just can't help but think that this game is gonna be bad the more we go without anything. And yeah, I know this the old saying, you know, a rush game is bad, but you know, a game that takes its time is eventually good. It's something along those lines. I don't remember exactly. But the thing is that even games like that take forever to come out are still trash. There's plenty of games out there that took forever to come out only to be, you know, very disappointing and very bad games. So even if this game does take its sweet time, like some people really want it to, there's no guarantee that it will come out good. And that's the reason why I'm saying that the more we wait, the more, you know, worried I become about this game. But as of now, I have officially lost hope for this game. Now look, I know I had a tumultuous relationship with this game. From being excited when it first got announced, to losing heart when, you know, it got sold to another company, to being, you know, reinvigorated again with the cutscenes leak, to having my hopes crushed once we started hearing nothing from the game and we heard all these leaks from how messy the backstory of Reactivate was. And then we started getting, you know, the new looks at the characters, the leaks, the game, screenshots and all that. And that all looked really cool. But even then, I couldn't give credit to splash damage, because for all we know, that was Certain Affinity, that was somebody else. And now they've gone on and show us this. Right now, I have lost hope in this game. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe they'll change my mind, because, you know, this is how, like, the cycle with me and Reactivate goes. And you know what's the worst part? It appears that splash damage will actually be at the Game Awards, and they're not gonna show anything for Transformers Reactivate. In fact, recently Alfonso Nation posted like this little image, this clip of like apparently he got a message from the Game Awards telling them that yes, splash damage will be showing anything. But since they just, you know, posted this message, it appears that we're not gonna get anything for Transformers Reactivate. What we are gonna be getting is probably one of their older games. They're gonna announce it there. And to me, that looks even worse, okay? Like, look, I know game companies work on multiple games at the same time. That's kind of a thing that they actually do. But the fact that, you know, we're not even getting the first game they promised and they're already moving on to the second one, that looks even worse. So, yeah. You know what? No, I'm not livid. I'm mad. I'm really mad right now. I feel like they have broken my trust. I feel like we wasted our time. And I can no longer follow this vicious Bungie-like cycle of like, hey, we'll do something nice, and then oops, sorry, have some disappointment there. I am at least relieved that we might get something for 2024, but I mean, they said the same thing for 2023 and we haven't gotten anything. The fact that we haven't gotten anything this year lets me know that they're still behind on the game. They're way behind schedule, they're not even finished, they're not even anywhere near a state that's presentable. For all we know, they're probably still working on rigging and character models, and maybe they haven't even touched gameplay whatsoever. And that's the thing. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of like interpretations that this kind of message sends to the community, and I think it makes things worse than better. The fact that they waited a whole year tells me that they were planning to showcase stuff this year, but they were delayed. They couldn't finish on time, or maybe, which is the worst case scenario, they were not competent enough to finish. I mean, this whole year we've seen all kind of mediocre games come out by incompetent developers. Now, granted, like, not to be like really mean to them, like, you know, to like the people who make the Golem-esque games. A lot of those developers suffer from deadlines and, you know, limited time to work on those games. But even then, we got a lot of high effort, like very, you know, big open world advanced games that end up being trash. And the more time we wait, the more I think Reactivate is gonna join that pile. But as for me, I'm done covering Reactivate stuff, at least until we get something major. But yeah, I'm mad. I'm usually not this kind of salty, you know, vindictive in my videos, and I do apologize if, you know, maybe some of you don't find it as pleasant as I typically am in my videos, because look, I really don't like being edited. I do talk a little smack about Michael Bay and Rise of the Beast, because I do think that it's warranted to call people out when they do something wrong. And for Transformers Reactivate, I think this is the biggest misfire they could have probably done to the community right now. So, yeah. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you all think. Are you excited for Transformers Reactivate next year? Will it be a good game or will it be a trash game? Because the longer we're waiting, I think the worse it's looking. And yeah. Honestly, I say don't expect anything till October, September, even November next year. I don't feel like next year we'll get anything towards the beginning of the year. I just don't think so. I don't see it. If my theory is correct and they really wanted to show stuff this year, but the reason why they wait till the last minute to post this little update is because they had nothing to show, because they were way behind schedule, when in reality they really wanted to post something. And that leads me to believe that they're woefully unprepared, or they're woefully unready to like keep on working on the game, and they're way behind schedule. Like, it's either an issue of not having enough manpower, not being competent at making the game, or maybe some outside factors that we don't know about, like budget, which could potentially be an actual reason for. As we know, this game has had a lot of like money thrown into it, and you know, it has switched hands so many times, and apparently it's always trying to get in contact with investors by attending so many game events and, you know, conferences and stuff like that. It has to be for a reason. Maybe they're looking for investors because they don't have enough money to keep working on the game. As of now, I think Reactivate is dead. It's dead until they showcase something substantial. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Again, sorry for sounding so cynical. Sorry if this video is not the type you were expecting. It's just... I'm just tired, man. I'm just tired. But yeah, as always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do what that annoying YouTuber start of the algorithm like so much. And I will see you all in the next video. Stay safe, guys. Anyways, guys, before we go, shout out to our super cool, incredible Patreon: James Newbold, Crawley666, TF Cypher, D Taylor, Legend of Swoop, King Sparta, Crazy T-Rex, Orina64 Studios, Superstellar Formers Hedgehogs, Xavier the God, Stitch Productions, and Scrub Lordo. And an even bigger shout out to our even bigger Patreons, Joran the Great and NextNor23, who donated a amount of money. If you guys want to shout out your subs, all you gotta do is donate to my Patreon. I give access to videos early, you can request your own videos, collab with me in some of my videos if you choose to, and of course you get a shout out to your channel. Be sure to check out my Patreon's channels, the links will be in the description down below for you guys to check out. Some of them do Transformers content and some of them do whatever it is they want to do. Thank you all for your support, it helps out the channel a lot, but keep in mind that it's entirely optional because freedom's the right of all sentient beings. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.